Green light. Let's get going. I'm going to go post this on our website. Website is jollyrogerukulele.com. And today we will be playing through Ash Grove and Danny Boy, and we're going to be talking about the very first song that we have ever talked about, where it really doesn't fit very good onto very good, doesn't fit very well onto the ukulele. It's just too big of a song, and so we'll talk about what happens. We're going to talk a little bit about arranging music, and then we will be talking about rewriting music. Today's a day where I've had two different situations come up this week with people asking me questions about why I've done certain things on arrangements, and clear up in including changing the melodies, which is shocking, and how and why we would do something like that. All right, and of course, then mainly we're just talking about playing two lovely tunes, Ash Grove and Danny Boy, and they are both super nice songs. Let me make sure so, and then let's see, it's 1:04. We've got a couple minutes before we get serious about getting going. Let me go through here, put our website onto the Twitter, https://jollyrogerukulele.com. Wait and see if it pops up. Yeah, it's just fine. Alright, so we're going to stop adding in the extra little photo. This is close enough. Alright, tougher. Yeah, that works just fine. It looks good. Looks different on my app on my phone than it does on the computer version of Twitter. If I click on me, and then I click on my tweets, I don't know, maybe I should be putting on the picture. It looks a lot better if I put the picture on than if I don't. Maybe I'll keep doing that. I think I will. Alright, yes to the photo. Yes, that's the final verdict. Alright, let's see who's managed to get in today. Lynn is here today. She's in New Jersey. 45 degrees there and sunny. Terry is in. He's in from Denver. We had a foot of snow down here in central Denver. Terry lives right there. I can see his house from here. Elizabeth lives up in northern Colorado. She says the sound is good. They didn't get quite as much snow up there, apparently. Sandy is in from the Yup, northern Michigan, and she's having she's having a typical winter up there. Vic is in from Eugene. It's been rainy up there today. Fran is down in Southern California. We don't care what her weather's like. It's better than ours. Glad you're here, Fran. Jack and Diane. I'm going to say that every single time. I'm not going to sing that anymore. Jack and Barbara are in from Illinois. Aloha to you. And Nancy's in from Florida. She's having a perfect day in Florida. 81 degrees. Kari's in from Denver. It's very cold out there. I haven't gone outside. I don't go out in the cold anymore. I decided I'm too old for that. Let's see. I never liked the cold in the first place. Why do I live in Denver? I should be living with Nancy down there in Florida. Actually, if I lived south, I did live in New Mexico for a few years, which was a nightmare. I would want to live, I think Fran has it figured out. Southern California seems like maybe the best place. I think everywhere else south I've been, not really my thing. I was in Phoenix in the summertime one time. Oh my gosh, so hot. Let's see. Linda's in from Vancouver. Here's something in the background, but your voice is clear. I'm going to turn this off. Linda, let me know if I turn this off, if that makes it go away. I leave that humidifier running, and I bet you that's probably what you're hearing. So right now the room is totally silent. Let me know if that's what you are hearing. Yeah, because the big news is today I moved the microphone, which is now here. I moved it from this side of the computer to this side of the computer, and I slid the desk out just a little bit. So I'm trying to get a little bit of a workstation here, and so I rearranged a couple of things, and so we have big things happening here in my back bedroom. Rita's in from Illinois, 37 degrees up there, sunny though, right? Oh, Kari had 18 inches, so she would happen to be in a good solid snow band across there. Good for you, Kari. That's a win. Barbara's here. Got a wee bit of snow north of Colfax. Yeah, we got a decent amount of snow over 4 hours last night, from about 8 p.m. till midnight. It snowed like crazy. Diane is still stuck inside the house. That's okay, Diane. There's nothing wrong with that. Here's Red. Make a joyful noise. Boy, that's a long one. We got a long laugh for Christine is in. Carol is here. Just an inch up in the mountains. Isn't that crazy? You're supposed to get more snow than us. Dave is in Michigan. Sunny in Michigan. What the sun is out. We don't know. What is that crazy burning ball of fire in the sky? Linda's here. She's local. Dennis is in from Toronto. Fran, I'm not telling you about our weather, except I got a sunburn. Having a she got a sunburn and having a picnic. Fran, we want to fight you. Linda's in. She's got a thumbs up. Let's see, Bruce. Last day in Utah. Okay, sunny and 40. All right, heading back from babysitting and being a good grandpa out there. About 30 degrees and overcast in Bozeman. That's about right for Bozeman, I'd say. Ronnie's down in New Mexico, 63 degrees. Still a little on the chilly side. Albuquerque's so high up in the sky that it's always kind of cold there. And Linda says 84 degrees. Another tough 84. It's freezing in Maui. It's freezing. It's sweater weather in Maui. Christine is here, 30 degrees up in Bozeman. And Nick, welcome in, Nick. Good to have you, bud. When you come in, Nick, you say where you're from and what the weather is looking like. All right, glad you're here. All right, we're going to be playing today. They're not really new arrangements, just cleaned up arrangements for Ash Grove and Danny Boy. So I'd like to do Ash Grove first. And we'll finish up with Danny Boy. Danny Boy is one of those songs, people either love it or hate it type thing. I'm pretty sure I know for sure I have a ton of Irish in my background. And so when I hear Danny Boy, I immediately start weeping. And so it's in our DNA, those of us with some Irish in us. The rest of you are like, yeah, it's an okay song, whatever. But let's go grab Ash Grove first. Ash Grove is one of these songs. It's just a cute little song. Nothing particularly noteworthy about it. But it's Welsh, and so it's on the west side of England. And they've always sort of they're not entirely positive they are for. They support the English. I changed all the words. The words were not anything particularly interesting, so I made the words about playing ukulele. And you should know that here in our local orchestra, if you play ukulele, if you do practice, if you go home and you practice 30 minutes a day for 30 days in a row, you get what we call the black ribbon, and that's the hard one to get. That's the good one. We have ribbons for other things. It's sort of our merit badge for this, that, and the other. Nobody takes it particularly seriously. But you should. But one of the ribbons you can earn is a black ribbon, and that's for practicing 30 minutes in a day. So when I wrote this, it was in celebration of playing for 30 minutes a day for 30 days in a row, and orchestra rehearsal doesn't count. So now for you guys, there's a challenge. We play for 30 minutes every single day here in class, but weekends, right? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's the tough one. Making sure you get your 30 minutes in on Saturdays and Sundays. So that's what help you earn your black ribbon if you were here. Let's see. Deb made it in. She's also there in Hawaii. Kat's in from Texarkana. They have frogs. It's raining frogs down there. Nick says, oh, this is Jackie. Oh, hey, Jackie. Signed into your son's account. Oh, that's always that's dangerous, right? You find out what your son's been up to. And Kari is here. Lyrics. The lyrics are lovely as any Girl Scout can tell you. All right, so let's go to Ash Grove. Baritone players, you are fairly straightforward on your chords here. C chord, D minor chord. Remember your D minor is down here. Looks like the ukulele G minor. Your G7 is easy. Your A minor looks like a ukulele D minor. And and that's it. That's your chords. Okay, your C chord. You know your C chord. So, baritone players, if you'll give us 3 beautiful strums per measure, or possibly 3 beautiful plucks. Let me put a C chord on. I played my ukulele. Okay, that sounds a little weak. Maybe six ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I played I don't know what you'll do. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't do an arpeggio. Maybe I'm just I played my ukulele for 1 minute every day, and I made everybody so. Yeah, let's do that. Ukulele players, we don't ever play chords, right? You guys are always playing chords when I'm playing the other one. Let's do your chords. Let's just sing this real quick. I don't know. Let's do it. 1, 2. I played my ukulele for 1 minute every day, and I made everybody weep with my beautiful tones. This goes back to the top. Then I tried 30 minutes when 30 days slipped on by, and I won my black ribbon, and all the crowds cheered, and go to measure 9, cheered. Oh, it's not really rocket science to dominate ukulele. Just play 30 minutes, turn the page, each day with mindful intent. Now, let's talk about the message of the song here. I bought a ukulele and played 1 minute every day. Okay, why 1 minute every day? 1 minute every day is one of my jokes that I make when I'm teaching classes. I need you to practice 1 minute every day. Here's the joke. If you practice 1 minute every day, that means you have successfully navigated the chasm that exists between your lazy boy recliner and where your music and your music stand are. That's the hardest chasm to cross in music. Getting up from your normal everyday life and going and sitting down at your music stand with your ukulele, and your music's up there and you got it out of the case, you got your ukulele. That's brutal. If you can talk yourself into just doing that once a day, just don't even play. Just go every single day and sit at your music stand with your ukulele as if you're going to play. You know what happens? You play 30 minutes. Easy. You'll play. Once you get sat down to do it, it's not a hard thing. It's finding, arranging your life to go do that. Okay? So that's one of the things. Then the second verse is, and then I tried 30 minutes every day and I get a black ribbon, so you earn something, right? The other thing that will happen if you practice 30 minutes every single day, you will become a fabulous, amazing, wonderful ukulele player. You still got to show up here, right? Because you got to get the sheet music. But that business of practicing a little, putting in a serious effort every day, will make a dramatic difference in your tonality, in your understanding, your confidence level. All of that stuff comes along just beautifully. The other thought in this second verse here, when you make the bridge there, it's not really rocket science to dominate ukulele. By the way, I've done this for mandolin and for harmonica, and you just have to change the number of syllables. Play 30 minutes each day with mindful intent. Let's talk practicing very quickly. One of the dumbest things I did as a new musician was I played every song twice, and then I turned the page. I would play it, and then I'd play it again, turn the page. 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 That's the worst possible use of your time that you could do. You play it one time at the beginning of the week. Find out where your problems with this particular song are and work on just those sections. You can play these songs. You wouldn't have it in front of you if you couldn't play it. And I have personally gone through every single song that you work on off of this site and made sure it plays as beautifully and easily as possible. Now, lots of songs are not easy, but the paper you have in front of you, you have to know you can do it. The question is, where are the challenges? challenging spots. That's what you work on. You don't need to play the whole song all the time. You do not need to do that. You need to go find those moments in the song that are going to beat the heck out of you, and then start a measure before that and keep going till a measure after that. If I'm looking at this song and I'm peeking at it, I'm thinking, all right, I'm a tough uke guy. The first thing my eyeball goes, measure 11. I'm like, what the heck is that? A nine with 10 surrounded by tens. How is that even possible? That's a thing. Right? That's going to come up in this song. Well, I don't need to practice the rest of the song. I need to spend some time going 9, 10, 10, 10. Or 10, 9, 10, 10. That's going to come up. So I put it on, take it off. Put it back on. Oh, God. This is going to be rough. Okay? Okay? And then at some point I'm like, that's not going to happen ever at speed. How can I simplify it? Oh, well, I'll just get those two tens. That'll be fine. That'll be beautiful. Okay? Maybe I'll put a bar on 10 and just pluck the tops and the bottoms. Right? I could do that. Is that 10? Yeah. That sounds kind of cool. But I'm looking for those moments in the song that I know already I'm going to blow when I get there. That's what I want to work on. That's what you can do. That mindful intent means I am actively engaged in where is the tragedies going to be happening on this song. Look at measure 17. I got a 10, 11, 10, 10. And that's what's going to be happening there. In fact, I'm thinking right now, I'm like, well, I could probably just substitute that for the D minor there. That versus this. Yeah, there's definitely a difference in tonality, but one's way harder to play than the other. And so I'm thinking mindfully about what I've got to deal with. All right, so let's make the turnaround. The other part of this song is kind of challenging. You got to be able to read the repeats, right? At the end of 17, DSL coda. You guys hopefully know at this point, DSL coda means descenio el coda. You're going to go back to the senio at measure 1. You're going to play to the coda, which is hanging out at the end of 17, and then you jump over to 18, and already I'm like, and me, yes, they do, right? And so we're going to have this thing happening there. All right, let's make the turnaround. Let's do the pickup. The last note on 17 is the same as the pickup, sorta, into measure 1. So let's do the pickup to measure 1. 1, 2. Now I play my ukulele for big crowds up there at Red Rocks, and I am so gosh darn famous. Everyone loves me. Yes, they do. Okay, so that's the song. It's a silly little song, very supportive of ukulele and practicing. Okay, it's not a bad idea when you are getting ready to tackle a song. Take time to read through the lyrics, see if they speak to you at all. What I find is the songs that I thought were super cool as a teenager, now as I'm arranging them, I can't believe how stupid the lyrics are. Okay? That happens pretty regularly. Let's play the melody. Ukulele players, we're going to play melody. Baritone players, you're on chords. Let's make a lovely duet. Just melody, just chords. 1, 2. Oh, that's to be counted. 1, 2. Whoops, sorry. What is it? Where's the 7s and 10s? Look at how hard that is to play. Oh, I said 8. Okay, I missed the 8. Let's go again. 1, 2. Second reading. Okay, give it a little vibrato and keep going to the top. Second ending, or last ending, all the way to the 18. Alright, yes they do. Okay. Now, that's harder to play. That's super hard to play, I think, playing the melody on that. And so, it was a simple little song, but my goodness, it's pretty melody, but it's kind of hard to play. So now, next thought is, all right, let's go grab the Tuff uke. Okay, baritone player, you stay on chords, but let's walk through this one. It is going to take some effort to get this one right. So hit the 3, and then 0 3 3. I like 0 0 3 3. This is a C chord I play a lot. Got a little bit more oomph than the regular C chord. Then I'm going to hit 7 and 10. 8, bar on, or draw, just a nice strum on 7. The D minor, bar 5, ring on 7. Pinky on 8, 7, 5, 3, and then G7 chord. Hit the 2, it's a regular C chord. Now we've got a little run here. 5, 3, 2, D minor. Hit the 1, hit the O. It's a G7, but the melody's on G, so it looks like a G chord. Pinky. And then that fancy C. Go back to the top. Second ending, fancy C chord. Okay, now it goes, the melody moves way up the neck. All the way to 12. Now while you're playing that 12, your index finger is grabbing the 9. And that allows you to put the 10s on. And then there's a bar on 7 with the 8. It's just your D7 all the way up on 7. 5, 7, 8, 10, strumming 8, 5, and then you got this, like, you're like, what? This is your F sharp minor shape, F sharp minor, pinky on 4, slide it up on 4, 5, 5, and then 7. Isn't that beautiful? It's such a beautiful chord. 3, 5, 7, 8. And then there's that crazy chord again. Pull it back to 5. Go grab a 3. G7. 10, 9. And then just do this bar on 10 with just an A7 shape on it. Okay. That's a moment, right? Right? That moment where you know if your ukulele, what price level you paid for your ukulele. This is a pretty decent ukulele, and it's barely able to pull this off, right? And give it lots of time. If you've got a $50 ukulele, you're going to be like, oh gosh, get the best you can out of it, right? And then you go down here, back to the top, play with me. So Remind me tomorrow in concert. We want to play this one slow. It's really, really a really beautiful piece of music. Just not one we run into very typically. It's listed as an 1802 song, but it's older than that. 1802 was the first place that they found it published, but it's definitely an old song. Let's grab the baritone version of that. We'll play it the same way. Different chord set. Let's talk about that. Go grab your baritone version. Baritone, Ash Grove. All right, let's see. What do we got going on? COVID has allowed us those. That's right. We all think about how sad that time of this is, which it is an incredibly sad time. But at least you guys have put yourself to decent use, right? We've got 30 minutes a day where you're like, well, you know what? I'm just going to go listen to that goofy Gary on YouTube. And I'm going to learn how to play ukulele. And I'm guessing, not 100% sure, most of us are better players today than we were a year ago, right? That's what we want. That's who we're competing against. Linda says, unless you play your uke in your recliner. I used to live in a recliner with my ukulele. I had a black Mahalo. I'd just leave it in the recliner. Wasn't a recliner. It was just a big, soft, fluffy, comfy chair we had, and I would just leave the ukulele there. I was the only one who ever sat in that chair. I go sit in that chair. That was my practice time. Well, the carpet is wide. Now the carpet is wide. Hey, we're gonna do the water is wide next week. We'll change it to the carpet is wide. That'll be the bridge between your comfy chair and your music chair. Hey Arlo, welcome in. And Patty's in. I'm trying to get over Arlo saying the word pick yesterday unapologetically. So we're I'm trying to get back in. I'm trying to get Arlo out of the doghouse he got himself in yesterday. So, yeah, nice, right? Hopefully you're a better player than you were a year ago. Hopefully I've been a positive influence on you. All right. Ash Grove, baritone. Ukulele players, you got your G chord, right? Your A minor is just that note, okay? D7, when I'm on chords, if I have a D7, I'm supposed to play the fancy D7, right? Bar with 3, but I'm almost always just playing open D7. There's no reason, I don't know. I don't ever feel like when I'm on chords I need to work hard. G chord, A minor, D7. Is that it? Oh, there's an E minor. Guys, down at measure 14, your E minor is 1, 2, 3, the little stair step one right there. That's what your E minor looks like. And I think that's all the chords. So not a ton of chords, but they're the right chords. They're super cool. Linda says, I got mine during COVID, but haven't played there yet. I'm thinking of it. Nice. She's thinking about playing in her chair. Tanya made it in second time this week. This one is hard. This got a couple moments. It's super hard, right? And Arlo says, try to do a tremolo on a mandolin with that one. Yeah. Well, now that's different, Arlo. You have to have a pick on a mandolin. I have my mandolin here. So you know how people have instruments and they're like, I'm never going to play this. I'll just give it to Gary. So my friend Laura and Bob, he's had this forever, and this is my only mandolin, and it's a Stella, right? They made billions of these back in the day, and they're not particularly great, but here's what's fun about this. These things are ridiculous, but they're super loud, and so you play them with a pick, and you pluck it going down and pluck it coming back up. So yeah, the pick for sure, and do a tremolo. And Arlo's totally right about that part. He just anyway. The nice part is I don't know how to play a mandolin, but I do know how to read tablature, so I can absolutely knock out melodies on that thing. And I will tell you. I'm sticking with ukulele. That's what I'm going to tell you about my feelings on mandolin. All right, let's give it a try. Same exact story, not fast. Ukulele players are doing the chords. Baritone players, if you're feeling up for it, grab the Tuff uke. If you're not feeling up to it, play the melody. The melody I find on this one to be super challenging because it's all over the place. And so I'm going to play the Tuff uke just as written. 1, 2. 10. Okay, you're 4, 5, 5, 7. Again, 4, 5, 5, 7. Put your 4 on first, then the 5, then the 7. G7, D7. Bar chord. Let it ring. Go to the top. That fancy 0033 at the end sounds a little more exciting. Beautiful. Okay, Tanya's right. That's a harder song. Definitely harder. Okay, you got those kind of crazy chords in there, and 2 or 3 of them. When you get to crazy chords, guys, be honest about what your real purpose is. If you're getting ready for performance, you're starting to think, I'm probably going to blow that in performance. Maybe I better simplify these chords. Maybe I don't do the chord at all, and that's okay. There's no rule that you have to do any of this. Then the other thought is, hey, I'm learning to do this stuff. How often does 9, 10, and 10 come up? Almost never, right? It almost never comes up. So do you really need to know it? Well, to pull this song off the way it's written, yeah. And so maybe you want to work on it, maybe you don't. And so be honest about how much effort you want to put into something. I try to play exactly what's written as often as I can, so that I can make sure that it is truly playable. But that moment there, that's going to take a little bit of effort. All right, Danny Boy, ukulele. This is my old one. I can get rid of that. Delete. Yes. All right, now let's get the new one out. So I got a new version and dated February 24th. Let's grab the ukulele version, please. Now, one more thing we're going to talk about today. Earlier we were talking about practicing, right? And what is going to, I'm not a huge believer in most of this. How should I put this? Concert level musicians practice 2, 3, 4, 5 hours a day. Okay, this is ukulele. That seems nuts, right? I don't think you need to do that. On the other hand, if you are incredibly inefficient in your practice, you may have to in order to get something together. Again, just be a much more efficient practicer, and then you don't have to spread that amount of time. So when we talk about practicing, I do think that you need to, but I don't think that, generally speaking, the way most of us practice, we're not very efficient. So we're wasting most of our time practicing. If you get efficient at it, you can really get stuff done much more quickly and be ready for a concert by really focusing around those areas that are difficult for you. So that's one area of discussion today, and that's what the message of Ashgrove is, hey, I'm going to play 30 minutes a day. That should be adequate for ukulele to play. If you are up in the 2 and 3 hours, you're probably working on either something that's just hasn't been done in the past, or you're just not being particularly efficient. Now, it is super fun to play ukulele for a couple hours a day, so I wouldn't discourage you from it. There's also another thing that comes up in music, and sometimes a song does not fit on ukulele. This is one of those songs. So your lowest note in this song, you'll see, measure 2, is a D. Okay? You only have one note that's lower, well, technically 2, C sharp and C. So this is pretty low on ukulele. Okay? So this is the lowest note on this thing. Here's the problem. Go over to measure 13. Here is your highest note, 12. Okay, I hate 12 on ukulele. I think it's a sound we don't need in the world. Okay, so I almost never let myself go above 10. Okay, but if I go to 10 here, that means that my low note will be C, and I will be completely off. The entire ukulele is being used. The problem with putting that into making this a C is you have to make it a C sharp, because you are ending up in the key of E. If by moving this down from a 12 to a 10, it ends up in the key of E, and we don't want to play in the key of E. We really don't. Okay, so those of you guys with low G ukuleles, we can actually get this down into the key of D, and then it makes sense. But that's not really the message here. We're taking a song that doesn't really fit on ukulele and making it work. Okay, and in order to make it work, this is on D, this is all the way up here on 12, and we're going to be playing in the key of F, which nobody plays Danny Boy in the key of F, but we're going to. Okay, we played Beethoven's Sonatina in G in F, and we did just fine. So, so this is the lowest possible key I can give you that's actually playable, and even there, you see, oh, our good friend B flat shows up. So, if you have a low G ukulele, you might want to consider. That's a reason to have a low G. It doesn't come up a lot, a reason to have a low G, but when you get a huge song like this, you might think, well, I'll put this on my low G in a different key. I don't really write for low G because there's just not enough of you guys to make it worth it. And frankly, yeah, as I've told you before, I think a low G ukulele doesn't sound like a ukulele anymore. It sounds like a different instrument. And so that's another reason to have a baritone is, man, now you got the full spectrum of all of the tones possible. It'll fit better on there. Now I did put Danny Boy in the same key on the baritone just for class here, but we can always move it around. Now let's talk about what happens when it doesn't really fit on a ukulele. So we're going to start off. Let's go with 0-1-3. Oh, Danny, and then you got your F chord. This is going to sound lovely. Boy, put a 3 on with your pinky. The pipes, and then go to 5 and 3. The pipes are. Baritone players, you got a B flat. Your B flat's pretty easy, but ukulele players, you actually really do have to put on your B flat here, and then use your pinky to get this 3 here, because the problem is the next note is a 1, so you can't cheat it here. You really do put on your full B flat, but you don't need to hold this flat. Your index finger can just do 1 and then 2 and then 3. Pinky finger up on this 3, and then the next note's a 1. That's why you had to put the full B flat on. And then I've just put those 3s on as a little bit of a bing, right? A little bit of spice it up a little bit. 101. Okay, F chord with the 3. You've done that plenty. And then up to the 5. Come right back down. And that's a place where I'm going to slide my pinky up and back rather than changing fingerings. Lose the pinky. Little C7 here is just 0-0-3. Couple of notes there just to help you keep count. This is repeats. A little more serious C7 here. F chord. So far, we can live with all of that. It's fine. It's beautiful. Now we get serious. You can hear that starting to get away on you up the fretboard, so be ready. New F chord, higher up on the fretboard, bar on 5, pinky on 8. Hit your 7. And then this is a crazy moment in the song. There's no decent B flat hanging around up here except this except your regular bar 5 with the F shape in front. That's the B flat we're working at. Problem is, melody note's a 7. It's the wrong note, right? It's a 7, and it's hard to get that under there. So just do a backwards E minor, basically. 5, 6, and 7, and then you can hit that top string. It'll sound fine. It sounds really cool, right? Hit a 5 and a 3. Back to the 5, and now back to that F chord with your pinky. I'm ignoring the tie. I'm just going to play 2-2-1, and then hit 3-5-7, and again, then that high F. Now here's where the problem with the song is, and those of you guys that have sung this song, you know this note as well, right? You're like, I can't sing it because of that note. Okay, here it comes, and then you hit your 3s. Okay, now the note you're after, Okay, and you may just want to play the 12 by itself. Really, you might want to be just fine with that. But I gave you the full chord. You're going to put an index finger on 8, middle finger on 9, ring finger on 10, pinky up here on the high 12. And that's going to sound cool if you can pull it off. Okay, so that's what we're doing, is we're basically doing the B flat shape on 8 to get the F chord, and then pinky on 12 to get the melody note. Okay, that's what you're after. Just B flat on 8 is how I would think about that. Pinky on 12. And that's a bit of a stretch, but you can probably pull it off. The frets are pretty close together up there. Then drop your bar in on 10. 8, 5, 8, and all the way back down here. Okay, let's play it the second time through from top to bottom. There's a 1 beat counting. Ready, play. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, oh God. Okay. I do think measure 13, right? Measure 13. That one note, that 12, that's there. Okay. And if you watch 80 million videos of people singing Danny Boy, you can tell all of them are gearing up for that moment in the song. And so as a ukulele player, think about, well, can I do the chord and the 12? Or should I just do the 12, right? Yeah, I think it's perfectly fine just to ditch the chord altogether, play the 12 and move on, and then don't ruin your enthusiasm for the song. It's a great song. Let's play the baritone part, and then you guys will have the day. We've got to talk very briefly about tomorrow's concert because it's out of control at this point. Baritone, Danny Boy. Let's play it 2 times through. Ukulele players, you'll be on chords. Danny Boy baritone. Again, not fast. 1, 2. Oh, it's 1 beat counting. 1. Okay. So we've got, so in my mind, if I'm practicing this song, I'm looking at major 13. That's where I'm spending my day, right? How do I make major 13 work? And it's not waiting around for you, right? It's a tough moment, and so can I get it? And then I also think, all right, am I going to be playing this in concert? If I'm playing this in concert, maybe I don't play that whole entire chord. Maybe I just play part of it. And so there, beautiful piece of music. Let's talk very briefly about the concert tomorrow. Tomorrow it's concert day, right? And so the one thing that I recommend you do, just as a musician in general, is, hey, we have these artificial deadlines and they're called concerts, and we do them just to give you be the best you can be that day. And so tomorrow is that day. You come in, you actually take a shower, you actually put on socks, you show up dressed and ready and looking good. Okay, well, of course I can't see you, but we're to honor system. We will play Make It Better Bar. We will do our arpeggio for Monday. It seems like that was a year ago, but we did do an arpeggio on Monday. Then we will play Tonight You Belong to Me and Ukulele Lady, and that will be that for those songs for a while, okay? And then we will see how close we can get to Minstrel Boy, Last Rose of Summer, Molly Malone, Whiskey in the Jar, Ash Grove, and Danny Boy. We will not get to all of those. The things that we get to, we'll put them on somewhere down there. We'll put those on a burner for a little bit later. The things we don't get to get rolled over into the next concert, and so we'll see how much of that we can get to. We'll pretty much just go straight down the list. So I would definitely practice the stuff earlier. Ash Grove and Danny Boy, almost no chance we'll get to them tomorrow, but we'll try. And then on Monday, we have Melville Castle coming. I have to tell you, it's one of my favorite Scottish songs. I just positively adore it. I have a funny story that goes with it as well. So we'll get started on that next week. I've got on the list right now, Water is Wide, In the Gloaming, and Aaron Sewell. And then you guys have given me a couple of other ones that I'm looking at to see about adding into next week's list. And then we only have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. We also have time the week after for more Irish, Scottish, Welsh type stuff. Anything green, and songs about green. I guess, what is that song? It Ain't Easy Being Green. that I don't know if I've ever done that one. We did that at one point. Maybe I have that one. And so there we go. That's the week for you. Hopefully you're playing well. Hopefully I'm giving you a challenge in some ways and giving you songs that are a little bit easier as well. So all right, where did I leave off? Arlo walked in. He wants to pick on me about picks again. Arlo's still picking a fight with me. All right, guys. That's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Get ready for your concert. My chat room says Renee says Ronnie says it's wonderful. That's good. Fran, I can't join tomorrow. Getting my second dose of the vaccine. Yes. So here's choices. Play ukulele with Gary on YouTube. Get the second dose of the vaccine. Go with the vaccine. I'm pretty important, but not that important. So good for you, Fran. Lynn, congrats, Fran. Absolutely. Vic, thanks, Gary. Sounding great. Tough songs, right, guys? Let's see. Sounds like a great. Yeah, we got good stuff going. Barbara, good to see you. Deb, mahalo to you. Oh, not Deb. That's Lanny sneaking in here. Lanny, good to see you. Kat, you are welcome. Ronnie, thanks again. Have a blessed day. Thanks, Ronnie. Nick. Well, I'll just call you Nick, right? If you're gonna log in under that account, we'll call you Nick. Jennifer, thanks. Came in late, but got the end of Danny Boy. Good. Two challenging tunes today, so we may have to pull them over to the following week anyway, just because we need more time with them. Elizabeth, got the second dose. Yeah. All right, nice. So Elizabeth is fully vaccinated. Okay, we can go breathe on her. All right, but guys, have a wonderful day. I'm gonna pull that. See everybody tomorrow. And I will see. Let's see. Where do I? Yeah, this new contraption on here. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. All right, pulling the plug. Go home. Go practice. Go. Do laundry. Be ready to look beautiful tomorrow. Be on time tomorrow. We'll start early. Not early, but we'll start at exactly 1:05. All right. That's it. See ya.